it's Lizzie, and today I'm going to tell you how to get over a crush. Now, the reason that you would need to get over a crush is if you are a girl and you like a guy and he either, one, hates you, or two, you're like best friends with him or really close friends with him, and he's told you, or he's told someone else, or he's shown you that he does not want to be in a relationship with you and that you're going to just be friends. If you are a guy and you're best friends with someone and you want to go out with them, then you can get out of the friend zone. But if that's not plausible in your situation, then this is how to get over them. So you need to realize what a relationship is. A relationship is when there are two people who love each other and support each other, and they're in a relationship together. Now, if one of the people doesn't want to be in the relationship, then it's not a relationship, and it's not going to be a relationship. A lot of people have messaged me and been like, he's the perfect guy for me. I like him so much, but he doesn't ever talk to me. And whenever I talk to him, he ignores me. And I tell them, no, he's not the one for you. If he was the one for you, then he would like you, and he would talk to you, and he would start conversations with you, and he would ask you out, and he would hug you. So if he's not doing any of those things, you need to move on. Honestly, I don't know why it's such a hard concept to grasp. If he hates you and avoids you, or has flat out told you that he doesn't like you, then he's not the perfect one for you because he doesn't want to be with you. So I know that can be kind of crushing, and you want to like hold on to the sliver of hope. Like one time he looked at you in the hallway, but eventually you've got to get to a point where you're honest with yourself and you realize that this guy, or if you're a guy, this girl doesn't like you, and that you need to move on. And sometimes it's like, maybe she'll start talking to me in a month, or maybe he will stop saying he hates me in a week. Or the worst thing is when you like someone and they tell you that they like you, only they're dating someone at the time, and they're like, I'm gonna break up with her in a month, just give me 1 month, because right now she's going through something with her family and it's a bad time to break up with her, but after that I'll get together with you. That is bogus. If they really liked you, they would break up with that person and be with you. That person is totally like stringing you along and playing with your heart, and you're on the end of the string getting like flailed and dug through the dirt, and they're just like flat up hurting you. So don't continually let yourself go through that. You need to move on. If they like you more than the person they're with right now, then they would break up with that person and be dating you. So they're lying to you. So obviously, if they're not in a relationship with you right now, or they say that they want to be, but they're not, that means that it's not going to work out between you two. But the lucky thing is that there are 7 billion people in the world, and so I guess like 3 billion for like the opposite gender, and so there are 3 billion people out there, probably like 100 million who speak your language, so you know, there's a lot of opportunities out there to meet more people. And I promise that even though right now it's like, oh my gosh, he's the perfect guy, he's so hot, in like 10 years, you're gonna completely forget his name and you're gonna be with someone who's way better for you than that idiot player football jerk in high school. So even if you're able to look forward and realize that your perfect guy has not come into your life yet, it still can be hard giving up the hope that he's going to ask you out, or that she is going to go out with you one day. But I think that until you get into a relationship with a new person, or you start to like someone else, you're not going to be completely over them. And I know with me, like if I've like once like really liked someone, and then I like realized I didn't want to be with them for some random reason, I would still like him like years later. But it's not like obsessive liking, it's just like, oh, I think you're really attractive and I think you're really funny and awesome kind of thing. So it's not at all a bad thing to like someone, as long as it's not like obsessive and it's making you like super depressed. Because I do not want you guys to be depressed. That's terrible. And so if they don't want to be with you but you want to be with them, it's not a relationship, it's not going to work out. Stop being depressed and get over that person. Another thing is that it's not just about like having the label of being in a relationship. I think that if you oversimplify it, you can think that if only he'll ask me out, or if only she'll go on a date with me, but it's not that. You need someone who actually like cares about you and wants to be committed to you. And so if this person, in like the scenario I gave where they're like, oh, I'm gonna break up with my significant other in a month, just like wait a month, then I'll go out with you. Like that type of person is not going to be the best like boyfriend or girlfriend. And they're totally like playing with your heart, and so it's good to find out now that person doesn't care about you, rather than like while you're in a relationship with them. A lot of girls are with a guy who's not good for them and who doesn't really care about them, but they're like, he makes me feel beautiful. If you're the type of girl who is the, oh my gosh, I love this guy because he gives me high self-esteem, then it is actually a really good thing that you're finding out now that he's not good for you, rather than later when you're like addicted to the idea of him. So you don't necessarily have to like forget about him, because if you like go to school with him, you're gonna end up seeing him all the time and you're going to probably be like, oh my gosh, she's so hot for a while. But you need to kind of move on from like that obsessive like liking someone. If it is a guy who you really like and he's like playing you and he has a girlfriend, stop like hugging him all the time and try to like talk to him less. But in most scenarios, you can kind of like stop hanging out with them as much, and that will kind of make you think of them less, which will make you get over them faster. Also, stop stalking them and stuff. Like if you're the type of person, in the Taylor Swift song, Teardrops on My Guitar, she goes, put his picture down, maybe get some sleep tonight. And if you're the type of person who's like looking at his picture and you're like, oh my gosh, I love him, then throw that picture away, because it's obviously not helping you get over him. I remember in middle school I used to stalk guys who I liked, and I would like write notes about them to my friend, and I would think about them all the time. And so just stop stalking them and stop like putting reminders of them, like pictures, or like texting them all the time, or like stalking their Facebook. Like stop doing that stuff that like makes you triggers like the thoughts that you really like him, and then or her if you're a guy, and then you will start thinking of that person less. So you don't have to completely like forget about them, you just have to kind of stop obsessing over liking that person. And I know that it's going to be initially very difficult to try to forget about them, but I promise that once you like find someone else and you get into a relationship with them, you're going to like immediately forget about that person. So just be patient until you find someone else, and then you'll be really happy and you won't be depressed anymore about this person who's never going to like you. I hope this video helps a lot of you, because I love you guys so much. So, bye!